The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that Ridge unexpectedly discovers a shocking plot involving Brooke, a woman who has completely changed after being rejected. The story becomes more dramatic than ever when the secret conversation between Brooke and her sister Donna accidentally exposes dark intentions. Let's analyze each detail more deeply to see the level of danger as well as the possible consequences. Ridge's shocking discovery about Taylor's revenge plot. Ridge once stood between two women he loved for many years, Brooke and Taylor. After a series of events, Ridge decided to turn his back on the past to move on to a new life, refusing the opportunity to reunite with Brooke. However, this decision made Brooke feel deeply hurt. Hatred erupted, turning her into a dangerous person in the dark. Ridge came to the mansion to visit his family and accidentally stopped by to talk to Donna, unexpectedly overhearing the conversation between the two sisters. Shocking details. Brooke revealed her intention to not let Taylor be happy, even wanting her to disappear completely. This was the turning point that shocked Ridge, unable to believe what he had just heard. The secret conversation between Brooke and Donna. The younger sister, who always wanted to see Brooke live in peace, tried to advise her to think carefully. She was afraid that acting impulsively would only cause Brooke to lose herself. However, anger and deep hatred made Brooke blind, treating Donna's advice as a passing wind. Donna's helplessness. Donna was afraid of Brooke's threats to Taylor and constantly asked her to stop. But all fell into vain. From a passionate woman in love, she now seemed to have only hatred left. The phrase, wanting Taylor to disappear forever, was a clear sign that Brooke had slipped into the dark. Ridge discovered and gave a warning hearing Brooke's incipient and malicious plan. Ridge could not sit still. He immediately appeared, confronted his ex-wife and threatened to call the police if she dared to touch Taylor. He was shocked and angry at Brooke's loss of conscience. Ridge did not expect that jealousy could turn her into a real threat. Tough decision. Ridge chose to stop her from the beginning, firmly showing that he never compromised or gave up when Taylor's safety was threatened. Brooke left, but did not give up immediately after being warned by Ridge. Brooke was visibly angry and left. However, this did not mean that she would let go. Perhaps, the shock of Ridge cutting off all possibilities of reunion pushed Brooke into the abyss, making her not know where to stop. Reaction after the threat. Instead of waking up, Brooke kept quiet on the outside, but inside her hatred was boiling. Pride, bitterness, and the desire to prove herself were overwhelming her last moments of sanity. Will Brooke seek Sheila? Mentioning the name Sheila, everyone shudders because of her classic past. Sheila has tricks and evil schemes in her hands, ready to join hands with anyone to achieve her goals, as long as it benefits her. If Brooke wants to harm Taylor, cooperating with Sheila is a worrying risk. Ability to calculate. Brooke may be considering the dirtiest way to play, and Sheila is the perfect choice when needing a cunning accomplice. Risk of losing control. However, if Brooke really wants to join hands with Sheila, she has to face extremely complicated and dangerous consequences. Sheila is not someone who is easy to manipulate. And who knows, this plan may backfire, causing Brooke to get deeper into trouble. The plan can backfire on Brooke when starting a revenge plot. Few people can foresee the complex chains. The more hatred Brooke harbors, the easier it is for her to become a pawn in someone else's hands, or even destroy her reputation, love, and remaining family relationships. Family reaction. Not only Ridge, but also others like Eric, Hope, and even Liam will certainly not stand by and watch Brooke fall. High risk. Once involved with Sheila, the game of revenge will become out of control, beyond what Brooke can accept. That is also the time when she can lose everything, from the trust to the support of those who once loved her. Question mark for Brooke and Taylor's future. Brooke is standing on the line between good and evil, between sanity and hatred. Taylor, with her gentle nature, is likely to become a victim if she is not careful in time. But besides that, the toughness of Ridge and the whole family is likely to be a lifebuoy, stopping Brooke before it becomes too late. Opportunity to stop. If Brooke chooses to listen, return to the right path, she can be forgiven. However, up to now, all signs show that Brooke has been too aggressive in pursuing revenge. Ability to pay the price, sometimes to regain happiness or a new beginning, Brooke herself will have to face the tragedy she created. In short, the latest series of developments of The Bold and the Beautiful is leading us through unexpected twists. From Brooke's secret intentions, the conversation accidentally discovered by Ridge, to the present danger if she goes to Sheila, all promise to blow up, the next episodes to become attractive and breathtaking. Will Brooke continue the path of revenge regardless of all consequences? Or will something wake her up in time? Anything can happen, and the drama certainly won't stop here. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal that Brooke, after being resentful for not being able to get revenge on Taylor, faces a terrifying incident. She is diagnosed with leukemia. This information puts Brooke in a state of crisis and forces her to reconsider everything. Below is a detailed breakdown of the series of events, with analysis of the character's psychology, intertwined relationships, as well as the big question of whether Hope can save her mother's life. The revenge plan fails and signs of health instability initially. Brooke was determined to find a way to make Taylor disappear forever due to the hatred that erupted when Ridge refused to reunite. She believed that if she eliminated Taylor, Ridge would return to her. However, the anger and stress led to unusual signs of health, specifically Brooke's frequent nosebleeds whenever she was agitated. Psychological stress. Every time Brooke thought about taking down Taylor, she was engulfed in anger, causing her body to constantly experience fatigue and trembling. Headaches and nosebleeds appeared more and more frequently. Initial anxiety. Brooke had a bad feeling when the nosebleeds happened too often. However, she ignored the advice of those around her because she was focusing all her mind on the revenge plot. The nosebleeds became more and more serious. While pursuing her plan to make Taylor pay, Brooke gradually realized that her body was constantly showing unusual symptoms. No longer just small nosebleeds, they now appeared in large numbers, causing her to collapse both physically and mentally. Every time she got angry, her nosebleeds would suddenly and be difficult to stop. This made Brooke start to fear, realizing that her health was not stable. She was tired, no longer had enough energy and alertness to carry out her plot to attack Taylor. Many times, Brooke had to find a place to rest because she felt dizzy and lightheaded. The turning point at the hospital and the haunting diagnosis realizing that her condition was beyond her tolerance. Brooke was forced to go to the hospital for a checkup. The result left her speechless. Brooke had leukemia. This was a huge shock, not only affecting her body, but also forcing her to face the fear of losing her life in the near future. She trembled, tears streaming down her face, almost in disbelief when the doctor announced the bad news. A feeling of loss, fear, and helplessness enveloped Brooke's mind. After many emotional events, she was now facing a life-or-death battle. All the previous hatred suddenly became meaningless, forcing Brooke to reevaluate her actions, giving up the intention of revenge and the pain of no way out. Being sick had left Brooke without the strength and spirit to continue plotting to harm Taylor. Instead, she gradually realized the value of life. Hatred was now replaced by fear of a dangerous disease with an extremely uncertain future. Completely changed, Brooke's mind shifted from hatred to despair. She was no longer eager to plot or threaten Taylor because she herself needed help. Brooke's tears are not only because of the fear of death, but also because she realizes that her actions all this time may have hurt others, including her family, loved ones, and Taylor. Finding a suitable bone marrow match. The doctor informs that in order to fight leukemia, Brooke needs to find a suitable bone marrow donor soon. Otherwise, her chances of survival are extremely slim. New challenge. Not only Brooke, but her family also falls into a spiral of panic. They rush into the journey to find a potential bone marrow donor, with the small hope of being able to keep Brooke alive. At this time, family values are more prominent than ever. Past conflicts are temporarily put aside, giving way to the effort to save Brooke's life at all costs. Is Hope the life buoy for her mother? Hope, the daughter that Brooke has always loved, may be the last person to bring a ray of light to revive her mother. A bone marrow test may be the important key to help Brooke escape death. Blood relationship, usually. Compatible bone marrow is easiest to find within the immediate family. Hope is full of hope, forcing her to quickly decide to participate in the test to save her mother. Psychological burden. On the other hand, Hope also faces great pressure. She is not only afraid of losing her mother, but also worried about whether she is qualified and healthy enough to donate bone marrow. What is the future for Brooke? All of Brooke's revenge plots and tumultuous lifestyle suddenly disappeared before the cruelty of the disease. The woman who seemed strong and decisive in love now only has fear and the desire to live. Fateful turning point. Is this an opportunity for Brooke to repent, to find a way to make up for her past mistakes? Or will the disease make her give up and fall into the abyss of despair? Humanistic perspective. Leukemia not only drains her vitality, but also makes Brooke face the core values of family, love, and forgiveness. The final question remains, will Brooke still see tomorrow if she finds a match, or is it too late? As her daughter, Hope may be her mother's only hope of keeping her alive. This battle is more intense than any Brooke has ever fought before. Fans of the bold and the beautiful are eagerly awaiting the next episode to find out if Brooke will beat the deadly disease, and if she will truly change after this brush with death.